Robert Heffernan, EndoTech Analytics, streaming live for Pareto token holders. This is Blockchain Vitals, our daily show talking everything crypto. And it is Tuesday, April 3rd, already Wednesday in Asia. Good morning in Asia. And the cryptos looking better, doing better, feeling better. Hold on one second. I got a little technical situation. There we go. All right. Let's talk the vitals. Actually, let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds. This is a little segment we do every day. Talking crypto assets, and two things jumped out at me today. Well, one thing I already knew about, and we haven't talked about it yet, so I want to talk about it. The other thing was the headline that I saw. I talked yesterday about John McAfee, $105,000 for a tweet, and the headline caught my eye because it said it's embarrassingly huge, and I thought that might refer back to the other thing that he's known for, was the bet that Bitcoin will be $1 million a coin by 2020. I was wrong, though. I was wrong. That was not the embarrassingly huge thing that he was talking about, or the article was talking about. It was the ridiculousness of 100G for a tweet. I mean, maybe now that there's more than 140 characters available, and I'm not sure if he gives more than the 140 characters to the tweet, but if I'm paying 140 grand, I want every character used up there in my tweet. I'd be saying that for sure. All right. And the other thing is right now, 4 content providers at the Pareto network. So let's take a look at that, because this is what it's all about. All right. So EndoTech, that's us. Dr. Anna Becker, myself, my brother John, tons of years in the trading world. Bringing AI to, especially to portfolio building and cryptocurrencies. And I'm bringing you the way I look at the market. You know what? I'm an old commodity trader and I ain't changing. But I will use the AI to refine things on a portfolio basis. There you see Ian Bellina, part of the Pareto network, and he will be mostly, I believe, putting together analysis around ICOs. 80/20 Labs. This is, that's one thing that I'm really excited about, because I have no idea how to read cryptology or code or things like that. If something is a good idea, do they actually have the code to back it up? 80/20 Labs bringing that type of technical expertise, and also VIP Leaks and Palm Beach Leaks, part of the Pareto content providing team. And I want to talk about it again, because one of the reasons why I loved getting into this idea, and the Pareto network in particular, was that we have a real ecosystem of competitive professionals putting out content, and we're not trying to sell Audis or Infinities or the next landmark, cancer drug. We're in this to give credible, actionable trading information, and we get the rewards back. That's how the ecosystem works. The consumer gets to vote on the best content providers. It's like a competitive. I love it. I love being able to compete with other quality content providers. It gives me that feel of the floor back to my daily interactions. All right. You can call me out. You can tell me I'm an idiot. You can, you please do. Please, comment. But at the end of the month, if EndoTech's information was the best on the network, I expect to be high-fived at least on a walk pie. All right. Let's take the vitals. Taking the vitals, our daily snapshot. The sheet is up on Twitter right now. Still working the kinks out of for the sheet to be housed on the website. I've tweeted it out HFR from the floor, at HFR from the floor is my Twitter handle. But let's take the vitals because things, and I'm in, not holding any tether right now. All right. So I was on the sidelines for far too long. But what happened? The market gave me a reason to be involved. Look at Bitcoin trading now, 73.86. Low momentum down at 69.90, so well above there. And as you learn how to trade these things, in my mind now, and in your mind, you should be saying, well, I got long because we're out of lower momentum. The next question is, what now? How long do I keep it? What do I look at? Where's my stop? These are things traders think about. All right. So for me, that center line at 77.47, and we talked about on Sunday night the weekly lower momentum, 77.51. That is an obvious target for these things to go to. I would guarantee you that there's going to be an argument at that price point. All right, an argument meaning the volume is going to spike. You know your technical work is well done when there's an argument at a price point, when the market, the volume ticks up. People are, it's like the betting hall just became active at that price. So I will definitely take some profit, although I'm not in Bitcoin, because I told you before that I like the way the Litecoin and the next coin chart against Bitcoin looked. So not holding Bitcoin, but I will, when Bitcoin gets there, believe me, I will, if it gets there, I will be taking some chips off the table on my other my other entries. And that's important too, to realize that Bitcoin is so much of the show that you have to be cognizant of the levels in Bitcoin, even if you're not in it. All right, even if you're not holding Bitcoin, these things are so correlated that when Bitcoin gets to a price point that you think there might be an inflection or a reflection from, you got to take that into account. So not in Bitcoin, but logically, I think it goes and tests that weekly momentum level at 77.51, that being the daily average today, 77.47, the daily average. All right. So right now, Bitcoin above the pivot, right in the middle of the value range, and I'm going to wait until it gets to that level and take some profit in my other issues. Let's look at Ethereum. 413, again, solidly out of lower momentum. Lower momentum 386. 451 is that center average. We talked on Sunday night, lower momentum on the weekly 545. So still hell and gone from there. So for me, Ethereum, it should track towards that center line, and you just want to see it stay out of lower momentum now. You do not want to see it re-enter lower momentum and close back in lower momentum. That would be my stop if I was in Ethereum. A close back in lower momentum. I want to see these things continue rounding and continue going towards those upper levels. All right, so let's talk Litecoin. 133 last, above the pivot, right in the middle of the value range. Litecoin 139, lower momentum 139. So there should be an argument here today if we can get a little rally here. Love to see it take that level out. 137 is the center line. 139 is the weekly lower Mo. So again, showing a little bit of strength here, showing a little bit of health. And I'm long it, and I will stay. I'm not going to take anything off until I see what Bitcoin does against that level that we talked about, that 77.51 level. Again, I'm long Litecoin, but when Bitcoin gets to 77.51, I will take some chips off the table on Litecoin. It doesn't sound, maybe you're trading off of one chart from the other. I know that doesn't sound intuitive, but in my years of experience, the thing that's the strongest thing, and we used to do this in commodities all the time, especially on the calendars in some of these agricultural products. When if you were in an off month that was rallying bigger than the high volume month, you still had to respect those inflection points in the high value month or high volume month. And that's kind of how I'm equating it here to Bitcoin, being a leader volume wise every day. Zcash 204, solidly above its lower momentum level 187. And again, looking for its center line 213. 247 is the lower Mo. Next point that it should go test out 247 in Zcash. That'll be an argument point there. All right. And last but not least, Ripple. Ripple me this, 54.82. I got into Ripple down when I made that doji last Friday. Again, want to see it take out that 56 center line. 58 is the weekly lower Mo level. So all of these things are looking better, and I want to see them prove out. I will take some chips off the table here, and I usually I found that usually you see markets, if they're just not really strong, especially these lower momentum levels, you can get a pullback from them the first time up. We have a lot of time left in the week, obviously, so we can go to these levels, these momentum levels on the weekly. They can pull off for a day or so. We want to see these things longer term, finish the week strong, finish the week out of lower momentum on the weekly basis. And then we got, then we look at the weekly average and the up Mo on the daily. All right. And we just look at these momentum fractals between the 4 hour, if you're going to sit at the con all day, the daily and the weekly, and build your trading methodology around the momentum. All right. You guys have a great trading day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow from the road.